It's the King J back with another video. Listen, I was gonna do a video talking about Fatal Fury Season 2 and what I think was gonna happen, but then I saw fellow content creator DecepySwag has made a video about his thoughts on Season 2, and what I wanted to do was react to it and obviously give my thoughts, and it's kind of combining what I was gonna do as a video, but then also reacting to a fellow content creator as well. Combine them together, boom, you get a video talking about Fatal Fury. So let's have a look and let's see what's going on. If you like Fatal Fury, please let me know in the comment section down below. I do want to do more stuff for the game, but I also need to know that you lot are interested, man. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. All right, let's get into it.
Share of uphill battles.
Go back.
Since its release back in April, SNK's Fatal Fury Civil Wars has had its share of uphill battles, between the controversy of celebrities like Ronaldo and Ganache being included into the game as guest characters, godlike characters running.
I do want to add, before those characters got announced, everyone was super hyped for Fatal Fury. I'm not saying that, bro, that them characters being in the game hurt the game. Maybe you lot can let me know in the comment section down below, but I kind of do feel like they kind of messed it up. Kind of. Because, you know, fighting gamers, we don't really want to be seeing, I don't know, I think it has to make sense, innit? Like, if it's like a boxer or a UFC or MMA fighter, that makes sense. You're combining the both of the worlds together. But when it's like a footballer and he's kicking a ball at you and you've got someone that's dancing and just trolling, I don't know. I feel like Ganache kind of crossed over pretty well. I don't know about Ronaldo though. I'm unsure. And plus, Ronaldo's a technical character. So even if you wanted to get people involved and you wanted people to play Ronaldo, he seems pretty difficult. Even for someone that's been playing fighting games for many years, I think Ronaldo's a pretty difficult character.
Competitive scene at every major tournament and less than stellar player-based numbers. However, with these shortcomings, the game has managed to shine through with its amazing gameplay and visuals, constant updates addressing bug fixes, financial support of both grassroots and international sized events to draw in both casual and competitive play, as well as awesome features like color editor mode and quality of life features such as its recent inclusion of frame meter, and not to mention its recent award for Best Fighting Game of the Year at the Game Awards.
It won.
Yet, arguably, the biggest selling point of the game, in my opinion, is its Season 1 pass being free and included with the base price of the game.
Yep, it's too sick.
Base game, you're given 5 brand new DLC characters for free, never having to worry about buying an entire season pass if you're only interested in one character, or if you want to try all of them and having to potentially spend an extra $20. Season 1 of Fatal Fury Civil Wars consists of 5 characters: Andy Bogart, practitioner of the Shiranui ninja arts, younger brother Terry Bogart, and soon-to-be husband to Mai Shiranui, whether he knows it or not, Ken Masters, a crossover DLC character from the Capcom Street Fighter franchise, co-protagonist to Ryu.
The way I look at it, yeah, Ken being in the game is crazy. And if this game does well, we're definitely getting an SNK versus Capcom 3. We're definitely getting it. But if they do season passes and the game doesn't do too well, bro, the dream of having SNK versus Capcom is gonna be a distant memory. And the thing is, SNK versus Capcom, that game is old now, bro. Like, bro, we need a new one. So I'm happy that they're releasing characters and stuff like that as well. So yeah, seeing Ken in this is sick.
And Terry Bogart's rival, Joe Higashi, a Fatal Fury alum that was there since the very beginning of the franchise and a recognizable character from the company, and one of my personal faves. Chun-Li, another entrant tagging along with her guest character counterpart from the Street Fighter franchise and rival to Mai Shiranui. And lastly, Mr. Big, longtime villain of the Art of Fighting franchise who just recently released, marking the end of Season 1. 5 characters all for free with 2 new stages included, and on top of all that, this was done in the span of the first 8 months of the game's lifespan. 5 characters in not even a year. Now that Mr. Big has released, it marks the end of Season 1 and the countdown to Season 2 begins, which, by the way, SNK has made an announcement about Season 2, stating that the second season for Fatal Fury Civil Wars will be coming in January 2026.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward, if there's other Fatal Fury content creators, we need to get together and do something, man. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's like a little podcast or something talking about it, I think that would be so huge. So yeah, man, let's get the conversation started, man. I really want to talk about Fatal Fury. I really like the game. I do think the characters that do come in, I'm going to do my prediction now, right? Because yeah, I don't know who he's chosen, but my prediction for the Fatal Fury characters is Jae-Hoon, Freeman, Wolfgang Krauser, and Rio. I do feel like they're going to add like maybe a female character like Blue Mary as well. So that's my choice. But I do want to see who they come out with in season 2. They might even bring more characters in, man. I'm looking forward to it. I can't lie. I will be playing Fatal Fury for season 2 as well. So, and it starts January 2026. That's that's like this Friday. You know, crazy. I want to see what's going on.
Along with a much anticipated balance patch for the game, and at the time of this video, that's only a few weeks away.
What happens if they have a Tekken character?
Who's coming to Fatal Fury in season 2? Hey, how you doing? I'm DecepySwag, and today I'll be answering that question, giving you all my predictions for what we could expect for Fatal Fury Seed of the Wolves season 2.
Let me see what's going on. The editing's cold, by the way, man. Yeah, I'd have hit Blue Mary. Yeah. Want to hear your reasons, though. What's your reasons?
Taking the first spot is a much requested character that we've seen sprinkled throughout different characters' arcade modes, none other than Terry Bogard's love interest and everyone's favorite muscle mommy special agent, Blue Mary. Like a few of the characters in my picks for this coming season, we've seen her brand new design in Fatal Fury Seed of the Wolves, and the fan reception has been incredible. So incredible, in fact, that many folks have been asking SNK to put her in the game as soon as possible, like since the release of the game. Now, this one wasn't really a shocker to have on my list. I'm sure that everyone that's made a season 2 wishlist or currently making one will have her here, and rightfully so. I mean, it just makes sense. We have another female fighter on the roster, a unique fighting style grappling different than that of T-Zox, hers being Sambo style originated from the Soviet Union era, and her being a
is that Mary?
Character.
Wait.
Title, but Mary is one of the OGs of the...
Why does Mary look like that? She looks... Hey, this skin. Wait.
Union era, and her being a legacy.
What Blue Mary skin is this?
Previous Garou Mark of the Wolves title, but Mary is one of the OGs of the Fatal Fury franchise.
Bruh.
First appearance in 1995.
That's Blue Mary.
Franchise.
And you got Blue Mary.
The Union era, and
looking like a black character. This skin is crazy. Whoa, I don't remember this. So this is probably from King. This is from King of Fighters Maximum Impact, but this skin is actually sick.
Granted, she wasn't in the previous Garou Mark of the Wolves.
Whoa.
But Mary is one of the OGs of.
And bro, she's got. Hey, nah. The cheeks are out too. That's kind of crazy. Yo, this is a sick skin. I'm not gonna lie. This is a crazy sick skin.
Fatal Fury franchise, making her first appearance in 1995 in Fatal Fury 3, Road to the Final Victory. Plus, it would be really interesting to see her arcade mode and get an idea of what she's been up to with her job as a special agent. Maybe even some kind of insight as to her and Terry's relationship, or perhaps a hint to whatever she was investigating.
This stage is cold.
Shadow with Chun-Li. It would be neat also seeing her ride around on her motorcycle. For those that's watching and don't know, Blue Mary has a motorcycle. I think it's something like a Harley that she rides around on. Just imagine her having an intro where she hops off the bike or something, similar to Juri's intro from the Street Fighter 6 World Tour mode. I will admit that personally I'm not a Blue Mary player or an enthusiast, but don't get me wrong, I do like the character.
Look at the animations, boy.
There's plenty of you watching that would love nothing more than to get a trailer for her inclusion in season 2. Plus, I think it'd be a strong way to kick off the new season. With the first entry out of the way, it's time for my second spot for season 2, and this is one that's got some history with not just Blue Mary, but also her cousin Kevin.
Oh, cousin Kevin. Jeez. Yeah, we need Freeman. He's like just an evil guy. Jeez. Need Freeman, man.
Second entry in my list of season 2 characters is none other than the heavy metal listening cop killing Brit looking for his next victim, Freeman. For those that don't know, Freeman is one of my favorite characters, not just from the Fatal Fury series or even from
Gangster,
but in all of fighting games history.
Yeah, he's cool.
Go-to character to play in Garou Mark of the Wolves. This character just oozes cool factor. His design separates him so much from the rest of the cast with his tomato red hair, pale skin, and tattered clothes. Just like Blue Mary, we've been introduced to his brand new look in Kevin Ryan's arcade mode. At this moment,
looks
there's
cold.
no true villain in the roster. Sure, we have characters like Billy, Kane, and Mr. Big, but they're not touching that sheer evil villainy I'm looking for. Kane has his ideas of what folks should be in the world around him, basing his ideas off his childhood and experience, and feeling though it's survival of the fittest. the weak perish and the strong survives. Saiyan Saga Vegeta kind of ideas.
What's the thing where he's going?
Big, who
What is that?
A bad guy, but he did kidnap Yuri in the Art of Fighting franchise and everything.
Jeez.
He's a mob boss, but he's more so fueled by getting what he wants out of life, like money, power, respect, fine women, materialistic stuff. You know, the typical mob boss stuff. But Freeman, see, that's where everything changes. Freeman is a character that, from what is shown to us, enjoys the thrill of killing people and even the potentiality of him being killed. The scene where Marky picks up the gun after Freeman gets Blue Mary in a clinch, he chuckled and pointed at his head.
I'm not gonna lie.
Freeman is a character that, from what is shown to
his
us,
design
enjoys the thrill of killing.
is pretty sick. His nails on his red glove, on his left hand, with the red glove is normal, but then the other one is black. So maybe he might have something like poison or something like that. I don't know. Like he's got black fingernails on the right hand. He might have poison or something like that. But this design looks mad cold.
People and even the potentiality of him being killed. The scene where Marky picks up the gun after Freeman gets Blue Mary in a clinch, he chuckled and pointed at his head, egging Marky on to shoot him, taunting him. I need you to keep in mind, Marky is, what, maybe 10 years old?
He's got it.
Insane for him to do. I don't want any redemption for his character or some kind of sympathetic story. I want this pale, red-headed demon to be on the roster in full effect. At the moment, last we see of Freeman, he was captured by Kevin after having been blindsided by Terry saving Blue Mary, so it's safe to assume he's in police custody at Southtown. But it would be extremely cool if he somehow escaped and went on a rampage through the city. Freeman, in my opinion, could be Rock's antagonist. Initially, I thought Vox would have filled that role, but now seeing him more so as a rival to Rock, which is fine, but it leaves that role of enemy vacant, and that's where Freeman comes into the mix. Not only would adding Freeman to the roster be cool because, for one, he was a part of the original Mark of the Wolves roster, but it would help serve a narrative push as well for both Kevin, who's been hunting down Freeman for the murder of his fellow officer and the father of Marky, as well as being a force of true
The character looks sick.
that Rock would have to encounter at some point. And frankly, he would be a chaotic neutral, playing no real part in any of the gang war stuff going on over Geek's legacy. I'm sure to Freeman, none of that matters, he's just waiting on his next victim. Also, quick side note, really love his new design in City of the Wolves. I can't wait to see what it looks like in the engine. Okay, after having talked about a character without any sense of justice, I think it's time to introduce our next entry that is the very opposite in every way.
Jae-hoon.
Raised off discipline,
Jae-hoon.
honor, and justice.
Has to be Jae-hoon. Yeah. We need Jae-hoon, man. We need Jae-hoon.
Taking the third spot in my wish list is another OG member of the Mark of the Wolves cast. It's
Kim Dong-hwan's brother.
Hwan and the second son of Kim Cap-hwan, Kim Jae-hoon. Like I mentioned, Jay is another character along with Freeman that many felt should have been base roster instead of the other guys. But we have gotten a glimpse of Jae-hoon in his older brother's arcade mode ending, and his City of the Wolves design doesn't look too different from his Mark of the Wolves design, but Dong-hwan's. With his inclusion, we'll have not only both siblings in the game, but also the completed roster of the original Mark of the Wolves roster and City of the Wolves. Between Dong and Jay, Jay was always the one I preferred playing when I wasn't playing my boy Freeman, but to be real, I don't have too much to speak on this character. This is more so an obligatory selection having not been included in a base like Freeman. Again, finally having the Mark of the Wolves cast all together again. Also, I am excited to see how well his fire effects will look once he makes it into the roster. Having seen Ken's fire effect and now Mr. Biggs as well, just gets me even more excited for Jae-hoon's moveset in the game, especially the Hokyaku super. Seeing how cool that super looks from his dad in KOF 15, I can only imagine what they could do for his version in City of the Wolves. But with that said, it's time we move on to our next entry, and this one
This character is so cool
and long overdue.
Yeah. I'm saying Wolfgang. Oh. Alright, so no, you know what, yeah? Hold on. Let me just say something here. Rick was only in Real Bout Fatal Fury 2, yeah? But this character is very sick. I don't know why he was only in this, because like is it Liang Shangfei? She was a striker in one of the King of Fire games. So it's like and she was in Fatal Fury Wild Ambition. So it's weird how they didn't do anything with Rick, because this character is gassed. To have him in Fatal Fury would be so sick, but I don't know, man. I feel like he's kind of like maybe a one and done in terms of being used in the game. If he does come back, I'll be so excited though.
The White Wolf of the Ring, Rick Stroud. This is a character that, to be honest with you all, haven't had much of a presence in the Fatal Fury games or any SNK games really. Having first appeared in Real Bout Fatal Fury 2, The Newcomers, back in 1998, after which he'd only appeared in Neo Geo Pocket Color games, Fatal Fury, First Contact, and vs. Capcom, Fighters Clash.
I don't count those games.
In terms of cameos, those are just as far and few in between. The reason I chose Rick to be in this pass is because, for one, the boxer archetype is one of those arcs that just manages to be popular no matter the game, be it Steve in Tekken, TJ Combo in Killer Instinct, or Balrog and Ed in Street Fighter series. With the recent release of Real Bout 2 with SNK and Cold Mystics, I saw folks trying out Rick for the first time and having a fun experience with him, specifically Smug the Beast. Watching his streams and him figuring out how Rick worked helped me confirm what I was thinking on how folks would receive this character. However, there's also a bonus, and that being for the SNK fans who, for one, knows about the character and been wanting him back, but also for you Vanessa fans out there from the KOF series. Vanessa's moveset is nearly 1-to-1 with Rick's, so for anyone that's a big fan of hers, like myself, you may take a liking to Rick. For our final character of the season, in my opinion, has to be Duck King. Now this is a character that even has been such a requested character back when KL15 was the primary fighting game for SNK, and now with...
The thing is though, he's a requested character, but I don't feel like many people are gonna play him. I feel like this would be a waste to have him there. You know what I think might happen, yeah? We'll get 5 characters, and I think Wolfgang Kaiser might be the boss of the whole of Fatal Fury Sea of the Wolves. Maybe, just maybe.
Fatal Fury out and in full effect, the request for Ducky shot up even more. I mean, we even see reference to him with his little ducklings on the train stage. Now, I just had an idea. So in King of Fighters, yeah, just hear me out here. In King of Fighters 96, Wolfgang Krauser, Mr. Big, and Geese were a team. What if Wolfgang Krauser comes back, and what if Geese is still alive and it's not Nightmare Geese? I know they say, oh yeah, but he was dead. What if they do like a, Tekken, what they Tekken did with Heihachi? Yeah, Heihachi's dead, but then he's really alive. Because Heihachi got thrown in lava. I don't know how he's alive, but yeah, Geese, I don't know, man. What if he comes alive? What if the scrolls triggers his soul and it brings him alive? Mad. I'm gonna lie to you all and pretend to be hyper excited for something when I'm genuinely not. Duck King is one of those characters, much like Mr. Big, that I've always been aware of, know who they are, but never had a chance to play the character and have that attachment with them like you all have. Which in this case, I'd argue that Duck King by far has more of that attachment for you all compared to Mr. Big, sometime as far as being a playable character. The last time King of Ducks was playable was way back in King of Fighters 11, just like Mr. Big. Duck King was a part of Team Fatal Fury along with Terry sporting his Garou design as well as Kim Cap 1. So I'd say it's time to bring back this beloved character into the modern era. So we've gone over and listed out the 5 characters I think will be included in Season Pass 2 for Fatal Fury Sea of the Wolves. But you're probably looking at the length of this video and thinking there's still quite a bit left, which leads me to our next part. Yes, as I said, those 5 will be the characters advertised for Season 2. Blue Mary, Freeman, Jae-Hun, Rick Stroud, and Duck King, and I meant it. But that doesn't mean they'll be the only new additions to the roster.
Geese comes back, I'm playing Geese.
Come Season 2, I'm expecting SNK to pull a King of Fighters 15. And by that I mean having a boss rush challenge for not only Nightmare Geese, but also Fallen Rock. For those that...
You know what? A boss rush would be such a sick idea. I didn't think about that. You'd have to they'll be on level 8 or something crazy, and you just have to just try and beat them. I remember boss rush in King of Fighters. They dropped the ball on that, man. King of Fighters 15, they had Rugal, Goatnez. They could have done Orochi. They could have done Kyo, Ness, ultimate version of Kyo robot. It could have been something sick, or you could have done K49. I know they couldn't do the name of K49 and they named them Nameless, but they could have done it how he was before. I thought that would have been sick.
I don't remember or unaware, in King of Fighters 15, SNK did a boss challenge for Omega Rugal in Season 1 and Gonitz in Season 2, giving out the characters for free. However, if you participated in the challenge and beat them, you earned a special costume for them. And keep in mind, we've seen both of these characters in the arcade and EOST mode. They have full movesets, models, the whole 9 yards. So for all intents and purposes, they're ready to go, just a matter of tweaking them and toning them down for competitive play. These two have been asked for heavily, and I mean heavily, by the community.
Yep.
For Geese, it's obvious because it's Geese Howard. You can't not have him be playable, especially when we see he's right there. And for Rock, I mean, just look at him. They cooked with this evil version of him. Essentially, this is his double gen form, his evil Ryu, Shadow Jacob, whatever you want to call this is that. Fallen Rock is a banger of a design. So what better surprise than to not only have 5 characters for the season pass, but then also include challenges for Fallen Rock and Nightmare Geese. Of course, there is the possibility of them only doing one of them per season like they did with Gonitz and Rugal, which I wouldn't be mad at. But I think it would definitely be dope if they did both of them in one season. If they wanted to, they could space them apart. So in the beginning of the year, have a challenge for either Fallen Rock, and then later in the year, do one for Nightmare Geese. As far as new stages go, I can think of 3 off the top of my head that should be included in the coming season. That being a Rick stage from Real Bout 2 with the gas station. Has a nice western vibe to it, and then having a sunset in the background would be amazing. Second stage that I hope gets included is the parking lot stage from Mark of the Wolves with the cars everywhere.
Too sick.
Like nighttime stages, so seeing this in City of Wolves graphic would be really dope to see. And finally, for a third stage,
busy street.
We haven't gotten a stage downtown with the cars everywhere. Would be really cool to have it there, especially if they include the little Easter egg of Kyo and Yori in the background. That's my prediction / wish list for.
You know what's crazy is I actually didn't know Kyo and Yori was in it.
For a third stage, I think it's a shame we have.
I remember like me. Oh no, I'm silly. I didn't see that. I didn't see them. So I know that Miura from Last Blade is here. I don't really know who else is in the stage, to be fair. But that definitely looks like Miura from Last Blade.
Gotten the stage downtown with the cars.
It's sick.
Would be really cool to have it there, especially if they include the little Easter egg of.
Oh, and I think I'm sure this is meant to be Andy, but the hair is black, so I didn't really know.
Kyo and Yori in the background. That's my prediction / wish list for season 2 of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. 5 characters: Blue Mary,
no Wolfgang,
Rick Stroud, and Duck King. 2 bonus characters with Fallen Rock and Geese Howard, along with 3 new stages. Now, will any of this actually happen? Who knows? SNK loves shattering expectations and ruining my predictions, so we'll see. What I do know is that we reached that part of the video where I ask you all an important question, and that's, what are your thoughts? Do you think any of these characters will be coming in season 2? Who are you hoping to see in the next season? Comment down below and I'll get back to you. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is by no means a perfect game, but it's definitely a fun and enjoyable experience, so if you haven't been enjoying yourself, continue. And if you haven't tried it out yet and you're thinking about it, come on over. The community is great and we're just having a great time.
Hey, I like this video. This video is a W video. Go check out the DecepySwag. Yeah, no, I agree. I think the characters were pretty spot on. I wouldn't put Duck King in there, but Duck King has been in the story with Ganachi, so it could be. I'm not lying, it could be. But what I will say is, I feel like Fatal Fury City of the Wolves season 2, they're really gonna put their all in. Obviously, season 1, they've kind of it started off a tad bit slow. I know they had the numbers in terms of the esports side of things and stuff like that, but I feel like people playing it, we could get more. We could definitely get more. I feel like the things that kind of maybe need to be improved a bit is, I would say the fact the stages and everything is good. I like the graphics and stuff like that. I think it's cool. I think it's just maybe online, and I think the user interface it's a bit dated. So I feel like the user interface could be improved, and I think the online could be improved. And once that's all done, then it's sick. Because they added the ranks as well. Because before we never had ranks, but now we do. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Fatal Fury City of the Wolves season 2. I'll be obviously doing my reactions and also doing content on the game, so make sure you go check that out. And yeah, man, other than that, we'll be on to the next video. Take it easy, everyone. Peace.